Hi guys, Dazzie is back with another episode of my top 20 selling comic books of the week. This time it is episode 35, and today I'm going to be discussing the best selling comic books on eBay for the week of the 23rd of August 2019. Now apologies, it's slightly late this time round. It's been a pretty hectic week with my daughter's birthday. Basically, since coverprice.com came on the scene, they have become a go-to spot for watching eBay trends on comics, and they scour thousands of eBay sales to culminate data to spotlight the hottest selling comics. Here is this week's top 20, guys. As always, let's find out if you can beat me. Most people normally do. Starting in on our list, we're going to start with number 20, of course, and that is What If? Issue number 10, all the way back in 1978. Yeah, we all know why this one's heating up, guys. Of course, we are getting another Thor film titled Love and Thunder. Natalie Portman is returning. She will be playing the female Thor, and that is the first appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. What can I tell you about it? Now, sales are starting to slow and prices are dropping, but $928 is still an incredible price for a CGC 9.8 of that book, which is insane stuff. Yes, it sold 33 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 99%, and just as I said, a CGC 9.8 of that book just went for a whopping $928, guys. Crazy stuff. Now that one, of course, is not in continuity, but still widely regarded as the first Jane Foster as Thor. Number 19 on our list, and we are talking an incentive, and we don't get many of them really on my lists. It is Absolute Carnage, issue number 1, and it is the Adi Granoff 1 in 25 Codex variant, guys. This is your book. That is our number 19 this week. What can I tell you about it? Well, despite a lot of Venom fatigue, because we've had a ton of Venom books at the moment, haven't we? It is a fantastic cover. It sold 36 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 90%, and a high sale raw went for just $30. So that's not a bad price for a 1 in 25. Number 18 on our list, and I've got a huge run of Uncanny X-Men, but crazily, I don't have this one. And the book in question, guys, Uncanny X-Men, issue 191. And this, guys, is the first appearance of Nimrod. Nimrod. This is your book, guys, Uncanny X-Men, issue 191. Now, of course, the reason this one's heating up is Nimrod is playing a big role in the current X titles. And that's a book from 1985. It sold 28 copies this past week or so, had a 7-day trend of plus 121%, and a CGC 9.8 just went for $75.95. Up next on our list at 17 is the first book that I have this week, and it is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars issue number 8. Yep, I was fortunate enough to win this in a Joker 68's contest. Really good YouTuber, if you don't know Kurt. And yeah, delighted to have this. It's only mid-grade. It's got a bit of a corner creasing there that runs throughout the book, but it's very faint. And delighted to have this one into my PC. Now, this is, of course, is the origin of the black symbiote costume that becomes Venom. It's the second appearance of Spider-Woman, who is Julia Carpenter. And now, Spider-Man's black costume first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man issue 252, another book that I have. Marvel Team Up 141, and Spectacular Spider-Man 90, which were all published in May of 1984, 7 months before the release of Secret Wars issue 8 in December. However, in Marvel's continuity, the events in Secret Wars 8 take place before Amazing Spider-Man issue 252, Marvel Team Up 141, and Spectacular Spider-Man issue 90. Now this ties into the current Venom run with the first shred of symbiote origin. It's also, like I said, an iconic, beloved cover. It sold 23 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 157%, and a CGC 9.8 just went for $249. Happy to have that one for free. Thank you, Kurt. Up next, number 16 on our list. Still has some legs, this book, and we are talking the first appearance of Star, Captain Marvel issue 8, and this is the carnagized In-Hook Lee variant. And this is the book, guys, in question. The In-Hook Lee carnagized variant. The first appearance of Star. Now, like I said, it's still moving copies. It features the first appearance of Star. It sold 33 copies this past week or so, had a 7-day trend of plus 111%, and a high sale CGC 9.8 went for $119.99. Yes, crazily, there are already slabs of that book. Number 15 on our list features, well, I'll just show you the book because I've got it. Ghost Rider issue 28. I have one still in its poly bag, and I have one for reading purposes. Yeah, this features the first full Midnight Suns team appearance, and the first appearance of Lilith, the villain in the upcoming Ghost Rider Disney Plus streaming service. Yeah, streaming show, sorry. It sold, as well as that, it's also got the first appearance of the Night Stalkers team, who was actually in the Blade Trinity movie. So you're getting 3 good first appearances in this. The Night Stalkers, Lilith, like I said, who was going to be the new villain, and the Midnight Suns team. Now, it sold 38 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 94%, and had a high sale raw, sold for $20. I keep finding these. £1, £2 here and there. Good book to have. I think I gave one away as an AOK to Comic Vantage, my good friend Lewis. Number 14 on our list, and there ain't going to be too many people with this one because it's a big boy book, guys. And it is from 1968, and we are talking some lovely Silver Age goodness. It is Prince Namor, the Submariner, issue number 1. Yeah, iconic cover, isn't it? Well, of course, we're getting a lot of rumour, and it's not going away, that Namor will be appearing in one way or another in the MCU, most likely in the Black Panther 2 movie. It's still to be confirmed, but regardless, it sold 14 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 271%, and a high sale CGC 9.8, get ready for it, sold for $6,250. Insane stuff. I don't think I'll be adding that one to the PC unless Carbeat Tone can deliver. And he sometimes does. Number 13 on our list, I've got it. Walking Dead, issue 193. Of course, this was the oversized final issue of that epic Kirkman run. And it's still surprisingly holding on. But it's pretty much on its last legs, I would think. So our grieving process can take all the time it needs. It sold 48 copies this past week or so. It had a 7-day trend of plus 89%, and a high sale CGC 9.8 recently sold for $115, guys. Walking Dead, issue 193. Sad, but I think the series has pretty much run its course. Number 12 on our list, guys. I am delighted to have in my collection Werewolf by Night issue 32. The first appearance of Moon Knight. Of course, he's getting his own TV show on the Disney Plus streaming service. I've just been reading a couple of crazy rumours. Well, the first rumour is, of course, this one's been around. Andrew Garfield is in the contention, Amazing Spider-Man, famed as the Moon Knight. But the new favourite to become Moon Knight is Shia LaBeouf. Oh my days. Well, I suppose he has got a bit of a split personality, in my opinion, so it might work as Moon Knight. Time would tell. But like I said, Werewolf by Night issue 32, first appearance, is well out of range for a lot of people now. It is a crazily expensive book, and I never really understood why, for basically a C-list character. But instead, people are turning to this one. They are turning to Moon Knight, issue 1 from 1980. Now, this is a book I've passed on numerous occasions in the £5 to £10 range. I might grab it at some point. They are out there, guys. Moon Knight, issue number 1 from 1980. Here's your book, guys. Pretty, again, well-known cover there, guys. And what can I tell you about it? Well, like I said, from 1980, and we've just got a few more days now to see whether these prices are going to hold or they will come down. But for now, the collectors are buying them up. They've sold 37 copies this past week at a 7-day trend of plus 117% and a high sale. CGC 9.8 went for a substantial $242. And our first runner-up in at number 11 is another X-Men book that I don't own, and I own a ton. Surprised, I thought I had this one. It is Uncanny X-Men. It is issue 312. It is the first full appearance of the Phalanx. This is your book, guys. Uncanny X-Men, issue 312. The first full appearance of the Phalanx. Now, again, this is heating up again, I think, due to the House of X and Power of X titles. It sold 41 copies this past week at a 7-day trend of plus 118% and a high sale raw of $10. That's Uncanny X-Men, issue 312. And we are in to our big top 10, guys. Into the big top 10. And it's a tough 10 this week. In at number 10 is a book I've been on the lookout for a lot, and I cannot find it. I think this one's got a lot of legs. It is from Source Point Press. It is from 2019, just this year. And it is Dead End Kings, issue number 1. Dead End Kings, issue number 1. It's a hot indie book of the last couple of weeks. And issue 2 has also done very well. And the first issue sold 61 copies, had a 7-day trend of plus 81%, and at a high raw sale of $40. It is a very low printed run book, guys, coming from Source Point Press. $40 for a book that's a couple of weeks old is still very respectable. Number 9 on our list, and this issue contains a significant death, and it is issue 9 of Captain Marvel, following on from behind issue 8 with Star. Like I said, it contains a death significant to Carol and clearly to collectors. It sold 32 copies this past week at a 7-day trend of plus 196% and at a high sale raw of $15, guys. That's number 9, Captain Marvel, number 9. Number 8 on our list. And here they come, guys. Powers of X, issue 2. Again, it's just out, guys, this year. About time we had a good X-Men title. And it was just a matter of time, wouldn't it? Because we've had a lot of garbage from the X titles recently. But this one seems to be a winner. And yet I know very little about it. So I've not been picking up these new books. But people are excited to see where it's going to go. It sold 37 copies recently. Had a 7-day trend of plus 212% and a high sale raw of $23. Good stuff indeed for Powers of X issue 2. Number 7 on our list, and it is a Marvel #1. It is Absolute Carnage Scream, the All Red Codex variant. There we go, guys. I do like that cover. I have the first appearance of Scream. This was appropriately homaged Scream. Sorry, this appropriately homaged Scream cover sold 35 copies, had a 7-day trend of plus 260%, and a high sale raw recently sold for $26. We are into number 6, and a lot of DC books have been recorded of late, and this is Superman issue 14. It is the YOTV record variant for that book, and there we go. Year of the Villain record variant for Superman issue 14. That's your book, guys. I looked for these record books, had no joy. And it's a hot book. It sold 89 copies. It had a 7-day trend of plus 102%, and a high sale raw recently just went for $64. I do like record books, if I can find them. Good to see this one on the list. Let me know what you think about it. Number 5 is Once and Future issue 1. Yep, I have the first print. Delighted to get that. I paid £6.99. Yeah, it is what it is, and I suppose you've got to pay a little bit of a markup. But it couldn't catch up to its Thank You variant brother. I had a chance of that for 40. I wish I had pulled the trigger, really. But it's still obviously one of the hottest books of the week. Basically, this is about an evil Arthurian myth is summoned from the past to wreak havoc in the present day. Now, this is a book. This is a nice Dumbledore cover, by the way. This is a book that has been on fire, and there are already 5 printings announced. In fact, I think 4 of the printings was announced before issue 1 had even come out. And it is baffling me that the second printing is going for more money than the first printing. It's a low printed book, but you want the real McCoy. Surely I'd rather have a first printing that's worth less than a second printing, in my humble opinion. It sold 89 copies, had a 7-day trend of plus 117%, and had a high raw sale of $30. Like I say, 4 more printings on the way means significant gross for this main cover over time. Apparently it's got option written all over it. Now we're on to the top 4 and more record books, and it is Superman issue 14. Again, Year of the Villain, record Adam Hughes variant. There we go, guys. Pretty neat covers, but again, this is the same issue as the Supergirl Chew variant, okay? Now, these are being recorded because apparently the covers have nothing to do with the interior, but is that really worth recording? I don't know. I've seen loads of books like that. It sold 50 copies at a 7-day trend of plus 240%, and a high sale raw went for $50. $50 for these record books. Number 3 on our list, more record goodness. Supergirl issue 33, the Year of the Villain record Chew variant. I do like this cover. That is a nice Supergirl cover. Like I say, this was also recorded because of the Year of the Villain banner that shouldn't have been on the cover. So as well as like having pages in the images from the cover that weren't showing up with what's in the book, the Year of the Villain logo should not have been on these books. It sold 58 copies, had a 7-day trend of plus 208%, and a high sale raw went for $60, guys. Crazy stuff. And we're carrying on with the record books. Supergirl 33. And this is the record variant. Year of the Villain again. And as simple as that, the Year of the Villain banners shouldn't be on the covers. And the covers have nothing to do with the interior of the book. Hence, stores were ordered to send all the copies back, and not many made it into the customer's hands, so if you got one, you're lucky. Yet enough did to sell 73 copies. Had a 7-day trend of plus 169%, and a high sale roll went for $85. Crazy stuff. And number one on our list, I spoke about it just now, guys. This is a hot title from Boom Studios. Once and Future, the Thank You variant. There it is, guys. I do like that cover. The artwork in these books are very nice. And it was a beast this week. Surprisingly, it outsold the standard print. It sold 110 copies, had a 7-day trend of plus 206%, and had a high sale raw went for $80, guys. $80. So that's it. That's our number one. Once in the Future, issue 1, the Thank You variant, guys. Supposedly 1 per store, but I don't know. What did I have? Snoozer Pop, you've done me again, I can tell. 4 out of 20 for Dazzie. Thanks to everyone who subscribed to me. I'm at 722. Yeah, getting closer to that big 1,000. If you like what you see, please subscribe, ding the bell so you get all my videos, because there's a ton coming out. That's Dazzie out. Bye for now.